What is going on, guys? Hope you're having an amazing day, and today I've got a great topic to talk about, and that is how to build muscle. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Yeah. Okay guys, so today I have 6 different topics I want to cover. So without further ado, let's get right into number 1. And that is going to be consistency. Now, I talk about consistency a lot on my channel. That is because it's very important for everything you do. If you don't have consistency, you will not see progress. Now, what do I mean by consistency? I'm talking about training with a chosen plan, whether that be push-pull legs, maybe upper body, lower body split. Even consistency with your diet is also really important, okay? So, if you're going to the gym, maybe one week you're going 3 times that week, the next you're going 2, the next you're going 1, then you go back up to say 5, that isn't consistent. You may see results, especially if you're in your newbie phase, which is 1 to 2 years into training. You will see results, but it won't be the results that you could have achieved if you just stuck at it consistently. Okay, next point, intensity. When you're going to work out, you don't want to go in and do a half-assed workout, because then all you'll get is half-assed results. What you want to do is go in, do your best, train harder than last time in every training session. That is how you're going to progress. Because if you're not going to train harder than last time, you're just going to not progress at all. So what do I mean by harder than last time? Say you go in and you train bench press, for example, and you go 60 kg for 10 reps, and then your rest is 60 seconds. What you want to do the next week you come into the gym, you want to train the same exercise. So say you're training bench, say you're doing 60 kg, you try that for 12 reps with maybe 60 seconds rest as well. Then you come in the next week and up that again. Okay, that leads us on nicely to the third point, which is progressive overload, which is similar to what I've just explained. With that, progressive overload means when you go into the gym, what you're doing is you're progressing each week or each training session, and you are training harder than your last training session. So we'll move it on. Say squat. Say one day you came into the gym and you're squatting 80 kg for 12 reps. The next time you come into the gym, there's so many variables you can change to progress. So you could change the rest time, you could change the amount of reps you do, you could change the weight. There's so much you can do. But for example, say you go with the classic one, which would be changing the weight. Say you did 80 kg for 12 reps one week, the next week you're coming in to do 82.5 for 10 reps. The next week that can be 82.5 for 12 reps, and you can maybe even change the rest times as well. So say you come in and you're doing 85 kg for 12 reps with 120 seconds rest. Then what you want to do is the next week you come in, try 90 seconds rest as well, and just change it up like that. The fourth point is rest and recovery. This is as important as progressive overload. If you think about it like this, you're breaking down your muscles each time you work out in a good way. You're breaking them down so your body can repair them to be stronger and bigger. If you don't give your body time to repair those muscles, it just won't work. You won't see progress. All you'll be doing is constantly smashing away at that muscle, and it just won't grow. That's why you don't want to be say you want to make your biceps bigger. You don't want to train biceps 5 times a week, because they just won't repair and they won't grow. You want to train a muscle group 2 times per week. That is the optimal range. You've got to think your muscles are like, for example, like a wall. Each time you train, you're breaking down a piece of that wall. Then your body comes in and repairs that wall. If you don't give it time to repair, it just won't work. So moving on to the next point, we have training splits. If you're just starting out, I would probably recommend something like push-pull legs, rest, or upper body, lower body. Depends how often you can go per week. If you can go 3 times per week, I would probably say that upper body, lower body wouldn't be the choice for you, because I would go for push-pull legs. But if you can go 4 times a week, change that upper body, lower body, and then you'll be hitting each muscle group. Do different exercises in each session, but you'll be hitting those sort of muscle groups twice a week, which is optimal. But if you are able to train more than that, what you could do is you could do push-pull legs, rest, repeat that, so and then again push-pull legs, and that'll be training each muscle group a lot more frequently, and it'll give it a lot more time to grow. And then guys, moving on to the last point, we have sets and reps. Now, if you're training for strength, you want to do a lower rep range between 1 to 6 reps, maybe higher sets. So you could do something, for example, which is pretty common, is 5 sets of 5. So say you're doing deadlift, you do 5 sets of 5, and then that's you done. Or if you were training for hypertrophy, you could do maybe up the reps, lower the sets. So you do, I'd say for hypertrophy, the sweet spot is around 10 to 15 reps. So maybe do 3 sets of 12, and then that's you done. Or if you're doing something like endurance, so you can maybe do like lower weight with like 4 sets of 20, and just really focus on the muscular endurance side of things. So there's sort of 3 main things you could do. If you want to get bigger, you want to focus on hypertrophy, which is the 3 sets of 12, 3 sets of 10 type thing. If you do want to focus on the strength, you could go for 5 sets of 5. But then again, if you're doing something like body weight exercises, you really want to stick with either the hypertrophy or endurance type of sets and reps, just because it's very hard to get the weight you need to do strength with body weight exercises. So unless you have something like plates, which you could put on your back if you're doing push-ups, or pull-ups, put like a dumbbell between your feet. Unless you're doing something like that, you really just want to stick with the higher rep ranges for those. And also, for the very last thing, it's a big topic, and I'll probably cover it in a wee bit more detail in another video, but it is nutrition, which is absolutely key. If your nutrition isn't on point, you won't be optimizing yourself for muscle building. So if you want to build muscle, I would recommend being in a slight surplus. Now, that doesn't mean plus 1,200 calorie or like 1,000 or 2,000 calories above your maintenance. I'm talking about maybe 100 to 500 at most. All you want to be gaining is around 0.5 pounds per week. Because any more than that, you're really just going to be putting on fat, and that's not what you want to do. You want to be putting on muscle, and obviously some of it's going to be fat, but the less fat the better, because when it comes to cutting, it's going to be a lot easier to cut down and get shredded if you're, say, 20% body fat than if you're 30. If you bulk up and you get to around 30% body fat, it's going to take you a long time to get down to those 10%, 12% range. And especially if you say you're trying to get that fast, you're just going to lose muscle in the process, because if you're cutting, you want to cut down nice and slow to make sure you don't lose muscle. But if you're trying to cut down, say you've got a concert coming up or a holiday, and you've only got, say, 6 months, 5 months to cut down, and you're in the really high body fat range, you're going to struggle and you're probably going to lose muscle. And that's why I would definitely say stick with the lower calorie surplus. If you can gain about half a pound a week, that is perfect. Any more than that, it's going to be just fat. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you learned something, and if you would be so kind as to drop a like, comment on what you want to see next from my channel, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on the little notification bell at the side to see when I upload. And that's me guys, take care. Have you any tips for building muscle? Didn't think so.